If you're like me, you've probably seen a lot of commercials, probably an 80s actor promoting gold and about how great it is and how it's never done this and how it always does that. I'm going to give you 3 reasons in this video why I wouldn't do it. Number 1, you're going to pay too much for it. Number 2, you're going to sell it for less than it's worth. And number 3, you're going to have to pay somebody to store it for you. As an investment advisor, as a fiduciary, I watch those commercials and I find them extremely misleading. And so when clients or listeners or viewers or anybody who reaches out to us and they ask that question, do you think I should have gold in my portfolio? My answer is going to be at times. Sometimes it's a good idea. Not all the time. It just depends on what's going on. If gold is the best option at a given time compared to other investment options, then it is something that we would look at in the portfolios that we manage. But that's very, very different than what you're seeing on the television. So there's a caveat to it. If you'll notice, when you see these commercials about gold or about silver or whatever it is on the TV or on the internet, it's always physical gold, and they're always promoting or selling currency. So it's always a currency. It's always coins. It's always sometimes bars, but it's usually coins. So there's a reason for that they're not disclosing. And the reason for it is years and years ago, so way back when, the government decided that currency was not going to be a regulated asset class, meaning for obvious reasons, when if I wanted to go buy a loaf of bread and I pulled a coin out of my pocket to go pay for this loaf of bread, they didn't want that transaction to be regulated or for there to be paperwork. They just wanted it to be easy, right, in that process. And so what these companies that are selling physical gold on the television or wherever you're getting it from, what they're leaning on is the fact that it's not a regulated asset class. So the claims that they're making about it, gold always does this, or silver always does that, or it never does this, or it never does that. To me, it's extremely misleading and not necessarily even true, but because it's not a regulated asset class and that it's currency, they're able to do it. And so then when people come and they say, Mike, do you think I should invest in it? I'd say, well, again, maybe, depending on what's going on, but I wouldn't call the company on television. I wouldn't do the physical gold, because if you look at the actual price of gold versus the currency, you're going to pay more than the gold is actually worth if you buy the currency version. And so you're going to pay more than it's worth when you buy it. If you want to sell it, you're going to sell it for less than it's worth. And if you don't have a place to store it, you're going to pay them storage. So you pay more than it's worth when you get into physical gold or the currency version of it. You get less than it's worth when you sell it. And then you have to figure out how to store it. It's very irritating to me, that industry and how it works. If you want gold in your portfolio, you can go get a gold ETF. It trades at the price that particular day. It sells for the price that particular day, and you don't have to pay anything for storage. So again, not a big fan of these commercials on television. I understand why they're doing it. Just understand why they're doing it, and no, we do not recommend physical gold. Thank you for watching. Go to guardingyournestegg.com for your free and objective personal financial plan.